Oh, morning, Rainbow. I didn't see you pop in.
Good morning, Nikki. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Okay, so thank you, everybody. For those that popped in just a little bit late, please type your name and organization in the chat. That is how we take attendance. I know there will be some more people popping on probably a little late. That does happen, but we're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order at 10:01. Kind of like to just introduce everybody if they'd like to say who they are, what agency they're with, their title if they'd like to. And I guess, summer's almost over. What is your favorite part of summer? So my name is Nikki DeLong. I'm with Olive Crest. I'm also the YAC chair. So my favorite thing to do for summer is be in the pool. And I will popcorn to Greg.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Greg Snow, Program Coordinator for California Family Life Center Empower Youth. I'm also the Vice Chair of our wonderful YAC group here today. My favorite thing, which I'm going to be doing this afternoon, it's just taking me a little bit to get there. I will be at the beach for the next 5 days. And I'm going to pop it over to Elizabeth.
Thank you, Greg. Elizabeth Bartholomew, Director of Student Support Services. We changed our name a few weeks ago. So I support homeless youth primarily, as well as anything student services. And my favorite thing during the summer, playing with the grandbaby in the pool. And I'll pop it to Stella.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us. My name is Stella Delgadillo. I'm a program manager with Reach Out Nonprofit, and I oversee the Hurpa Valley Resource Center. And a new tradition that we started in the last couple of years during the summer is we rent a couple of water slides and invite all of our friends over with kids. So we have a big water slide date, and we just had it last week. And I will popcorn it over to Jolene.
Thank you, Stella. My name is Jolene. I'm an outreach specialist with Reach Out Today. Thank you for the opportunity for speaking about our programs. My favorite summer activity this summer has been running in the evening when the sun is going down and it's fresh. I will go ahead and popcorn it to, I can't see the last names, but Ken.
You say Ken? Oh, that's me. My name is Ken Allman. I'm a coordinator here for Foster Youth Initiatives at the Riverside County Office of Education. And this is my first time participating in this, and I'm really excited to learning more about how we can intentionally partner. Oh, and summer. See, I haven't had a summer, so clearly I've been all work. But I think my favorite thing to do in this summer is to kind of figure out where the next little road trip my son and I could go on to and explore a new little town. As long as it's within 4 hours, because after that I get stir crazy. And let me think. Let's see. I'll go to the person who invited me, Gershom.
Thank you, Ken. Good morning, everyone. Gershom Hidon. I'm the Homeless Youth Coordinator for the Riverside County Office of Homeless Services. I think that for this summer, ever since I finished grad school, I've been trying to figure out what's the next hobby of mine. But as of lately, I've been just reading a lot of books on just like government and all that. I know it's pretty boring, but as of lately, I just been going to Barnes and Nobles, just buying as many books as I can. And then aside from that, most of my summer has also just been wedding planning as well. So I'm only about 30 days out from getting married, so that's exciting. So yeah, so I will popcorn it on over to Tori. Are you with us, Tori? Right.
Thank you for talking it through with me.
We'll come back to Tori. I'll bounce it over to June.
Morning, everyone. My name is June Zhang. I'm with the coordinated entry system at Riverside.
Thank you very much. See, this is why I have to call you guys.
This is also my first time here at this meeting, and I'm pretty new to this division as well. So
see, it was my fault.
Meet everyone.
I own it. I'm like,
hobby,
okay,
but
now
what
I
I've
see
been
where I
doing for my team is I ask what their dream car or truck is, and then I try to find a Hot Wheels or Matchbox car closest to what they said. So that's been taking up a lot of time maybe put 20 hours into it. It's kind of a fun thing to do at the grocery store. I will pass it to Clarice.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Clarice Bonda. I'm the youth advocate intern at the Office of Homeless Services with the Continuum Care. And then I work alongside Gershom. And then I know we have some YAB members here, so I'm gonna pass it on. Oh, before I pass it on, my favorite thing to do this summer is go swimming. And then I'm actually gonna go to Yosemite um in 2 weeks for the weekend. So I'm excited for that. And then I'm gonna pass it on to Tori Stevens.
I don't know if Tori's with us right now, but we can just move on. Maybe Janice, if you want to go ahead. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning, everyone. Janice Simmons with Equitable Social Solutions. I would say my favorite part of summer is staying cool. I do not like hot weather. So yes, that's my favorite part. I would say I would pass it on to Princess. Princess Russell.
Hi, y'all. I'm sorry about that. My son, there was someone at the door. My name's Princess Russell. I am the outreach director at RPYA, Rainbow Pride Youth Alliance, and this is my first time here. So I'm excited to be here. I was invited by Rainbow, and my favorite thing to do in the summer is to, I guess, hang out with friends and eat, and family. Eat is more important though. And who can I popcorn it to? Has Stella gone?
Yes, and we are getting to the bottom of them, Princess, so I'll help out.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Robledo. Is Elizabeth on? Okay, how about Rainbow?
Hello. Let me put my camera on there. Oh, hello. My name is Rainbow. I'm with Operation Safe House. I have Allie here, who's our street outreach worker. And my favorite thing about summer is when it ends and gets to fall. Love that for ourselves. Do you have a favorite thing about summer? Sleeping. Sleeping. Cool. Love that too. And that's all for us. Thank you.
Your Kansas is the only one.
Okay,
I think we have
do we
Savannah
want-
Brown left.
Yep. Oh, she left?
No,
Oh, we've got a couple more than that. Savannah, do you
Okay.
want to go?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Savannah. I'm the chair of the Youth Action Board. And my favorite part about summer is also sleeping. Love to sleep. And I'm not sure
That's fine.
who else is left.
Tanise, I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes, you did. Good morning, everyone. Tanise Ferguson with Starting Over Inc. This is my first time at this meeting as well. My favorite thing for the summer is to celebrate my birthday. I am a summer baby, and then to find like free community events to go to, like the library. They have like movie things for the community. So I like to do like free community events with my daughter.
And Lizbeth?
Hello, I'm an intern here in the Office of Homeless Department. My favorite thing for summer is not having any homework due at 11:59.
Oh, I remember that feeling. And Zoe? How about Leslie? Rosalind?
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Roslyn. I am with Equitable Social Solutions. I'm the housing navigator, and one of the favorite things to do during the summer, as of last year, is to go to Buc-ee's. It's a fun place in Texas.
Okay, and then I think we have Tyler.
Hello, my name's Tyler. I'm a YAB member. One of my favorite things to do in summer, or like one of my things about summer, probably, yeah, no homework and stuff.
Okay, did I hit everybody? Is there anybody that we missed? Oh, Lucy. Oh, yeah. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Nikki. So I'm Lucy Bustos. I'm the social service planner for the coordinated entry system. I work alongside June. And I invited June to this meeting. I will be out for the next one, so he'll be taking over for me for next month, which goes hand in hand with my favorite part of summer. I will be going on vacation. I'll be going to Japan for a week and a half. So I will be out. So I do have June covering me for next month. So if you can include him in the emails, Zuli or Gershom.
Great. That sounds like fun. Is there anybody else? Yeah. Okay, and so for those that did pop in a little bit late, just kind of a reminder, the way we do our attendance is by you typing your name and agency in the chat. So if you have not done that as of yet, please take a moment, open up the chat and type in your name and organization. And then you'll also be able to catch up on who else is here by looking through that. So the next thing that we have is just public comments. Gershom, did we have anything?
No, we had no public comments submitted.
Okay, we will have a moment at the end of the meeting for people to share agency updates and stuff. But other than that, did anybody have public comments at this time that they wanted to share? Okay, so we'll go on to the old business. It should be the YHDP Youth Homelessness Demonstration Program grant updates. Mar is not here, but Gershom was going to cover for her. So Gershom?
Yes, good morning, everyone. For those of you all joining us today for the first time, again, my name is Christian Giron. I'm the Homeless Youth Coordinator for the Riverside County Office of Homeless Services. Over the last few years, well, I should start by saying September 2023, we were awarded federal funding for youth homelessness demonstration. With that being said, we were able to award a total of 7 agencies, 5 of which that will be serving as housing agencies and 2 that will be serving as supportive services or drop-in centers. So out of the 5 housing projects and 2 drop-in centers, currently we only have 3 of the housing agencies or projects that are fully operating right now, and 1 of the drop-in centers that are fully implemented and operational at this moment. So we have 2 transitional housing projects and 1 permanent supportive housing project, 1 drop-in center in the western region, specifically in Moreno Valley, and they are now accepting clients 24 and under that are literally homeless, at risk of homelessness, or attempting to flee domestic violence or any unsafe situation. And this is just like as a reminder for all folks that all the referrals into YCP, they must be done through CES, our coordinated entry system here in the county, and the CES is accessible through the drop-in centers as well, or by calling or emailing Home Connect. And then lastly, the supportive services only project that was out for RFP. For those of you who have been following along over the last couple of months, this is going to be servicing out in the eastern region of our county. So we should have an agency determined soon, and we will hopefully be able to announce this agency at the upcoming Board of Governance meeting, which is scheduled for August 21st, so in a couple of weeks. So hopefully we will be able to announce the agency then. But until then, those are the only updates that we have as of right now, Nikki. Bouncing it back over to you.
Sorry, I had to get unmuted there for a second. My mouse got away from me. So, okay, so the next thing on the business is our consent items. We do need to have a recommendation to approve the minutes from the June meeting. Anybody that was there or has looked through them is eligible to either raise your hand or just come off mute or type into the chat that you would like to approve those minutes as they were submitted.
I can approve those minutes. Nikki, Rainbow with Safe House.
Thank you. And we would need a second. Would somebody be willing to second that motion?
I'll second it, Nikki. Lucy with CES, I second.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Lucy. I was looking to see who lit up. A lot of little windows. So thank you. So the minutes are approved. If anybody disapproves of that, you can type your dissent or unmute and let us know. But at this time, we'll kind of mark them approved as submitted. The next thing on our agenda is new business. So we are going to be looking at having our hybrid meeting for YAC-YAB. We do that quarterly for those who are new. There's still going to be the opportunity to join virtually. So if you can't make it in person, don't think you are not able to come to the meeting. However, we will be having it out here in the desert location. I don't think we've had one out here as of yet. Hopefully I can entice people, put in your request for whatever candies, goodies you want. Maybe I can get that happen if you guys are willing to make that drive. We'll be hosting here at Olive Crest. That'll be an opportunity for people to like check out our food pantry, our basic needs closet that's available to the community. So looking forward to hopefully people can come. Oh, that's of course Gershom, chocolate covered cherries. Wow. Okay, so we'll be having that there. And then the next item that we have is our presentation. So we're going to be hearing from We Reach Out. They do have a higher program. Stella is their program manager. She oversees the Hoopa Valley Resource Center. She's been with Reach Out for nearly 4 years now. She's beginning with the organization's vaccine equity work while they had the pandemic. Through the programs like Hire, Stella and her team support justice impacted youth in the IE by connecting them to career pathways and vital resources. Born and raised in Fontana and now raising her own children in the region, Stella's passionate about creating a lasting impact for local youth and their families. Also, joining Stella is going to be Jolene, and I hope I'm saying that right, Jolene. Jolene's an outreach specialist at Reach Out, where she began as a volunteer during the COVID-19 pandemic. Since then, she supported a variety of programs and grants across Riverside County, focusing on youth, community engagement, and public health. A proud Hoopa Valley resident, Jolene is passionate about serving the community where she was raised and continues to live there. So Stella, Jolene, we will let you guys take on the show.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Nikki. Good morning, everyone. Thank you again for having us here with you today. My name's Stella Delgadillo. I'm a program manager with Reach Out. I do have 4 years with the organization, almost about 2.5 of those overseeing our Hoopa Valley Resource Center. I know I shared a couple of flyers, so I'm sure that you all will be receiving those in an email afterwards. I'd like to start off by presenting to you our Hire program. And you may have heard of the Hire program from other agencies. It was a statewide funding that was provided from the Work Development Board, so the Workforce Development Board. And so what it stands for is Helping Justice-Involved Re-Enter Employment. And I'll give you a little bit of background first on our organization. The top portion is our mission statement. Really what we focus on is in the Inland Empire and overall overcoming those barriers and providing the tools for self-sufficiency in the areas of education, economic opportunity, and in community, healthy, innovative neighborhoods. So that's really our focus. It has been for the last 5 decades plus. So we were established in '69, really began as substance use prevention work out in the west end of San Bernardino County, and then over the last decade and a half started moving towards Riverside County. We now serve Riverside and San Bernardino counties, and we have 3 offices. We have Upland, Jurupa Valley, and Yucca Valley. And through our organization, we also offer a community health worker training program. Pacific Empire College is our newest social enterprise college, and we recently launched it. But the community health worker training and program has been offered through Reach Out for quite some time. And the reason behind the higher program in our community health worker training be tied so closely is that we find that there is an extreme opportunity for the youth that has some conviction or justice impacted background and giving back or to their community or working in the public health field. And so this community health worker program is a great entry opportunity for them through our agency to receive a certification that's recognized at the state level. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on what a community health worker is. This is the actual definition, but essentially a community health worker, or a CHW, is kind of the acronym that you'll be hearing me use moving forward. Is they're the intermediary that really understands the community at a deeper level. And so what this is someone who is trusted by the community. Perhaps they have some of the same lived experiences, or they share a culture, they share a geographic location. And what they're doing is helping that individual or that community as a bridge to connect them to the systems around them, whether it's healthcare or other social services. So what do CHWs do? Obviously, they're doing outreach, which means that they are directly connecting with individuals in the community by promoting resources, creating awareness around health and preventative measures. They also do case management. So they are kind of following individuals that need additional assistance or some hand-holding, if you will, providing some additional services and supports for underserved populations. This portion that says building relationships, they are providing some short-term counseling so that they're really connecting those community members to the appropriate resources. But I want to pause here. A lot of the times they're also mending relationships. These individuals have lived experiences with these systems. Oftentimes they were not good ones. And so a CHW has that opportunity to step in and provide that mending, right? Provide more trust building between that individual and the systems that maybe have failed them in the past. And overall, what the CHWs are helping do is improve our systems, not just the quality of the systems and the efficiency of it, but the cultural competency of it. Is the approach that we're taking really culturally competent for this individual? Who is hiring community health workers? They're being hired in different settings. Obviously, with talking about having convictions on their record, we do have to be mindful of the youth in their placements, depending on their convictions, if they are still something that would appear in their backgrounds. But there are quite a bit of agencies that are opening to hiring CHWs. Whether they want to work in more public health settings, they can work in hospitals or outpatient care centers. What this would look like in just kind of an example setting would be, let's say, a medical team, right, comprised of a doctor, a nurse, etc. They're providing preventative care, or they're providing assistance and care for an existing ailment. But let's say that this individual is experiencing food scarcity, or now they're needing some more help within their actual community. That's kind of where they would need someone like a case manager to step in, but that CHW has this particular lens of also recognizing the healthcare system. And so that is kind of what they would look like in those settings. They can also work in community-facing organizations like community-based organizations or social advocacy orgs. What this could be is, rather than having someone who maybe has a lived experience in going to outreach events and just simply distributing flyers, they're really giving a skill set or a tool where they can go out and make real engagements with individuals who need additional services. So not only are they providing that wraparound service while they're doing outreach, they're bringing back some of that knowledge back to those organizations and giving them some feedback from the community with that lived experience and with that lens. So it really is helpful in both ways of this relationship or in the dynamic, because the organization also understands the community more. And then there are local government agencies that are also looking to hire more CHWs within their agencies. So right now, I just wanted to highlight, these are some updated numbers that we are pending, but in 2023, the median wage for CHWs was $23.17 an hour. And then what we saw was in May of 2024, so 1 year later, that average wage amongst all the agencies was about $30 an hour. And so you can imagine someone who has a lived experience and is maybe already working with their community, having this certification that's recognized really elevates their potential in the workspace and then their employability. Employment is projected to grow. We did hear from the state that we would like to see an additional 25,000 CHWs in the workforce over the next couple of years. And so we do expect that there is going to be some growth. But the CHWs that have been deployed already in hospitals and in community-based organizations, we're seeing that there is such an immense need and such a success in those settings that a lot of those agencies are wanting to hire 10 times as many CHWs or have their existing staff trained as CHWs. So Reach Out has been providing this training since 2019. We've graduated over 200 CHWs through our programs. And as of 2024, we now have the state accredited college, Pacific Empire College, where we're providing this training. And then currently we're training and certifying other leading nonprofits like First Five and Riverside University Health Systems. So through the program, you receive a certificate that is awarded by the college and recognized at the state level. We do provide comprehensive and purposeful training to optimize that client and community care. You do receive 80 hours of in-class instruction, and then there's 40 hours of field experience that's required. So it takes about 3 to 6 months to complete the certification, but that just depends on obviously the field work hours as well, on the frequency that they're going out to complete those hours. And so I'm tying this back to our resource center because it goes with our higher program. So under our resource center, we have been open since 2023. We do serve both counties in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. And we serve as mostly a hub to connect individuals to the programs that Reach Out offers, programs that our partner organizations offer, or our local agencies in the area. So we don't require any eligibility or documentation or appointments. You can come in Monday through Saturday and get assistance in getting connected to any of these programs, including the CHW program. But this is our flyer on the left for the Resource Center. And the one on the right is for the higher program, so that will be shared with you all as well. But our higher program also exists here in the Resource Center. Monica Gaitan, who's unable to be with us today, is our employment navigator, and she is normally here in our Hoopa Valley Resource Center Monday through Friday. And so what the higher program offers is an opportunity for youth who have convictions. They have to be within the ages of 16 and 25, but primarily the focus is really to give them that second chance to pursue educational and career goals, establishing some sort of training or certification, assisting them with supportive services along the way, and ultimately getting them into employment, or if they're employed, in some sort of advancement or promotion. And so this is to help address any immediate needs that they have, to remove those barriers to success, and to ensure a smooth transition into the workforce, ultimately sustaining themselves long-term, economically, socially. Obviously, we want to be able to address any other barriers that they're encountering to their employability. So who's eligible? Young adults, they do have to be between the ages of 16 and 25 to be eligible for our program. They have to reside within the Inland Empire, so either Riverside or San Bernardino County. They do have to have a conviction in California, and that can be from juvenile or adult court. And then they have to either be currently employed or be seeking employment. And what do we help with? Again, case management. We'll help pay for their tuition and certification. We'll help with supportive services and with job readiness skills, as well as their employment and advancement. So some of the things that we're actually having the funding in our pocket to support with: tuition and training. So if they are interested in going through our community health worker training, we can actually pay for their tuition. Right now, the tuition's about $5,000 for private pay. Through our funding, we're able to get a reduced rate, but we would pay for the entire tuition amount for that individual. Or if they're looking for other type of trainings, such as their GED or any work-specific trainings like forklift, guard card, food handler's license. I know a couple of people have come to us about barbering school or trucking school. So we are exploring other opportunities for them as well. So we have the funding to be able to pay for the tuitions for them. We'll also pay for supportive services along the way. Transportation, whether they need a gas card or bus pass, childcare, housing, food, technology, all of those things that can create barriers to their success through their training and to employment. But we also recognize that they're also succeeding in other areas of their lives while they're in our program. So we also offer milestone stipends. So let's say that they accomplish a personal milestone, like they obtained their driver's license, or maybe they attended their AA meeting successfully. Or for our CHW cohorts, let's say that they completed their 80 hours of in-class. We're going to be offering $150 in their pocket as a milestone stipend to encourage them to continue advancing in other areas of their life. These are just a couple of statistics, and I really want to highlight one right here from the CDCR April 2025 study. 39.1% of reconvicted youth reconvict within 3 years. So this isn't, within their life. This is within 3 years. And so what this means is the timeliness of getting these supportive services and certifications and getting them into the right path is really meaningful. And so this again is the contact information for Monica. It'll be included in the flyer that's provided to you all as well. And if you have any other questions about our CHW training, about our resource center, or about our higher program for justice impacted youth, please feel free to reach out to myself or Monica. And then I would love to pass it on to Jolene, who is an outreach specialist with our organization as well. Jolene?
Thank you so much, Stella. Stella did a great job giving an overview of Reach Out as a nonprofit. And so I'm going to be diving a little bit more specifically to our group, the Youth United program. I've had the privilege to support this program and co-lead it with another colleague for about 3 years now. And seeing it grow this far has been amazing. We have a logic model now, which is like an internal platform for our youth group. So it's been exciting to see the changes. When I came on board, Group Youth United was virtually due to the pandemic. So we've been able to just grow and expand our youth group since that transition. Group Youth United is part of our Healthy Group Valley program. So just to give a brief overview of what that looks like. So HGV was part of a global movement of healthy city initiatives that work to improve the health and quality of life of all residents. Healthy Hoopa Valley is a public/private partnership between the City of Hoopa Valley and the nonprofit agency Reach Out. So members of the Healthy Hoopa Valley Coalition do give their input on how they'd like to see JYU grow and how many campaigns and specifically what kind of work they would like to see the youth do. So last year, they really wanted a youth conference. So we were able to take that idea and have Group Youth United kind of lead that conference for the attendees. So about Group Youth United, this is the Group Youth United mission statement. I want to note that this mission statement was created by the youth for the youth. Back in 2023. So Group Youth United is a youth-based community group that strives to build healthy and equitable communities through purposeful social advocacy and community engagement. How they created this mission statement back in January 2023, they each personally created a vision board for themselves and a vision board for Group Youth United. And from that, the officers of JYU, so president, vice president, sergeant of arms, and our treasurer, compiled all of that information and created a well-rounded mission statement for this youth group. And it's something that they kind of take and share to their schools as well. So the benefits for Group Youth United participants, they get to connect with other student leaders in the community. And I actually want to add that they connect with leaders in the community. So Poppy Group Valley really helps them network with other government officials like city council members. We have representatives from Sabrina Cervantes's office come and connect with the youth. So it really gives them a place to expand their network beyond their school limits. They also get volunteer opportunities for projects. So we actually have a survey that goes out, a pre-survey at the beginning of the school year and a post-survey. And what we saw in this post-survey was that students were able to collect about 40 hours of community service hours that they were able to use at their schools and for their college applications or even job experiences. We actually had one year, our overachiever JYU president, he accumulated about 80 hours of community service just within 1 year. And they help support community needs. So in our pre-survey, we do ask them what direction they want to go with the youth group, if there's any campaigns that they're interested in. So for example, 1 year there was an interest in supporting like food and creating food drives. So we were able to connect with the district and support their annual food drive. So when and where are the meetings? So we meet in person on the third Friday of every month from 4:30 to 6 p.m. We usually meet from times of September to May. We know that August is really busy for the students. And so although we do have set times, we do really appreciate the students' input on when days that are really busy for them. We know that they have a lot going on, lots of extracurriculars, and they have a really busy student life. So we do our best to be flexible with them. If one Friday doesn't work, maybe we'll look into having out on a Thursday. When we do offer them pizza and dinner, we know that they're very hungry since their hours of school has changed. They can pick it out now closer to 3:30. We know that this is right after, so we know that they're hungry. So we do our best to feed them and give them some snacks. And it's located here at our Reach Out office in Calupa Valley. So what does a typical meeting look like? By sharing an agenda with them to give them a preview of what the day is going to look. We either have a lesson or a speaker. We try to book our speakers like bi-monthly. And our lessons, for example, they look like healthy relationship workshops. We have Narcan trainings for them, opioid overdose preventions. Our guest speakers this year were very medical focused. Like I said, in our pre-survey, they did note that they'd like to know more information about the medical field. And then exploring volunteer opportunities. So staff-wise, we do a really good job looking for local volunteer opportunities outside of Reach Out that they can support and participate in. We try to incorporate a wellness activity for them. We know that they're busy and they're just school volunteer hours. They're really busy trying to get their resumes, their educational resumes going. So we do like to incorporate a wellness activity for them to kind of like settle down. And like I mentioned, food and drinks is always a good driver for them to come to our meetings. So I just wanted to give some highlights of previous campaigns that the youth have participated in. 1 year we did like Drop the Drugs campaign. So this was an art contest and our leaders were able to do outreach into their schools and connect with their art teachers and provide this art contest to the students. And the winners of that contest, their artwork is actually displayed on 3 medication drop boxes around Calupa Valley, one at the sheriff's station, one at City Hall, and then one that was located at the RUHS Community Clinic. We also worked along Riverside County's tobacco control project for a few months, and they were going into the community and administering surveys to participants. And it was about like retail tobacco laws and things like that. One campaign that they were really interested in was supporting the unhoused. So they made hygiene kits for the unhoused and were able to pass them out in several community events. So right here on the lower left of the slide, we have all of those hygiene kits that were created by them. We actually took them to the Access Center as well. So this was the food drive that they participated in last year. So they were actually made drop boxes and took them to their schools, and they were monitoring those donated goods during the season, and then actually participated in the food drive. So they were very pivotal for the district's food drive last year. And then my favorite campaign that they participated in was part of our Healthy Harupa Valley Safe Driving campaign. So they were able to design the billboards for that campaign during the holiday. So as you can see, only Rudolph should drive lit, the Blink and Drive. So they definitely touched into their Gen Z spirits and connected with the community in the artistic ways. Drink, Drive, Regret was also one that they created as well. So community events, we like to give them several opportunities throughout the fiscal year. Our goal is at least one community event in the month. As we all may know, during the holidays is when it gets really busy with community events. So we're at the city tree lighting on an annual basis, where they support with giving away books and other goods. They're really involved in our city cleanups. So our city cleanups holds like quarterly cleanups throughout the different districts. And so they're always there and in attendance, representing, helping clean their communities. And they also support reach out signature events as well. So we had our Harupa Valley Dia de los Muertos event that was at Rancho Harupa that they supported us in. We have also coming up our annual Cruise Through Summer, where we give away bikes and helmets to the community. And so it gives them an opportunity to connect with the community and get their volunteer hours in. Career exploration. So like I said, we do like to have career speakers in our meetings. So on the right side of the screen, we had a medical student from UCR giving a presentation on basically his journey as a medical student and his journey as a president for a nonprofit organization. Wellness. So like I mentioned, we do recognize that these students do have busy lives. So we like to incorporate a lot of wellness and calming activities for them, if you will. So on the left side, we took a field trip to a local equine therapy center called Queen of Hearts, and they were able to see, not just learn about what Queen of Hearts does for the community, but they were also able to connect with the horses and have a really good time. In our meetings, we have activities that are like seasonal. So our October meetings, it's pumpkin carving, creativity. And on the picture on the right, they had their Narcan training, and they were able to paint on some canvases while they were learning about that. So I want to appreciate the time to speak about JYU. I heard there's some representatives from YAC, and so what's really nice to see is our Harupa Youth United students that are actually part of YAC, and vice versa, YAC students that are part of Harupa Youth United. So it's a great representation of what collaboration looks like. Thank you.
Thank you, Jolene and Stella. That was great. So at this time, I'd love to see if anybody had any questions, and I'm seeing hands going up left and right already. So the first one looks like Gershom had his hand up first.
Yeah, Janet, I saw your hand go up. I don't know if you had a question. No? Okay.
No, thank you though.
Okay. I just wanted to start off by saying, great job, both Stella and Jolene. Both of these presentations were amazing and very helpful. And I think it's they're both definitely great pieces of resources to have, especially for our youth service provider partners. I did have a question for Stella. I know that in some cases, like some like funding may, um, what's my question? Some funding may not like allow for like folks to, geez, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. What I'm trying to say is like, is the program that you facilitated, is that like inclusive? Does it also help like do you guys like partner with like agencies that may be able to like expunge like records or just like seal records by any chance?
Yeah, so thank you for the question, Grisham. So for our program itself, we do allow the case management so that we don't limit to just employment. If they find that there are other needs that they're needing as like, let's say legal services, let's say expungement of records, we can connect them to other legal agencies that we work with to assist them with that. Now, it won't necessarily qualify for every single one. It really depends on their circumstances. I know that there is some limitations around expungement. The state did expand the list of convictions that can be expunged from records. But I think that just being mindful again of the settings if they're interested in the CHW training. So upon entry, we do ask about the convictions and they do need to provide some sort of proof. And then from there, we can explore their career opportunities with being mindful of what is something that could be expunged or not. And then our program is specific to that individual and to providing them those financial supports along the way. But our resource center is open to anyone. So if that individual's family members also need some assistance, they can still come and be seen by the resource center. They just wouldn't be able to receive the financial supports through the higher program if they're not eligible for that support.
Got it. And then like let's say like there's like a youth who has already had like their records expunged, like they would have to bring all the, I'm assuming, all like the necessary documentation, right? Okay, got it.
Yeah, especially for the juvenile records, because there's no public records of those, they would need to be able to provide that conviction proof. Even if it's a sealed record, we will still need to have some sort of proof so that we can substantiate to our funder.
Got it. Perfect. And then just like for like the next steps, it would just be to contact you said Monica, right? Monica Gaitan. Okay, got it.
Yeah. They would just contact Monica to schedule their first session. The first couple of sessions are part of their onboarding. That's like the first phase. Once they complete the onboarding, they're already eligible for their first stipend of $150. And then the second phase would be training and tuition. And then the third phase is employment. But Monica would guide them through all of that.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you, Stella.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay. Were there any other questions at this time? None? Okay, so we will jump on. Thank you again. Thank you. That's great information to know. So we'll jump on to the next, which is the agency bed availability update. So at this time, we'll kind of talk about some available beds because obviously we are focused on youth homelessness. So I am currently putting in the chat. This is a link to view the vacancy document for youth who qualify for extended foster care. So that's youth who aged out of foster care or off of juvenile probation. So feel free to look that out. It lists what towns they're in, male, female, any specialty areas they cover, or restrictions of what they're willing to accept. If you have questions on that, please feel free to reach out to me. At this time, Olive Crest, our program, only has vacancy for one male in Moreno Valley. We have a few graduations coming up here in November, but that's a ways away. I see Rainbow's on. Rainbow, did you want to share bed availability?
Hi, this is Allie. I'm one of Rainbow's new outreach workers. She stepped out, but we have
let's see, we have 4 beds in our TLP here in Riverside, and we have 6 beds at Harrison House in Indio.
Perfect. And just as a reminder, Harrison House in Indio will also accept the housing vouchers, the Section 8 FYI housing vouchers. So that is an option too if you have a youth.
Yes, thank you for that, Nikki. I appreciate it.
Yes. Is there anybody else that has any available beds that they'd like to share with us? Okay, so that was quick. Most of the time there's more. So the next item on the agenda is Lucy covering the Youth Coordinated Entry System, CES.
Hello.
Oh, no, sorry, Savannah. I did skip past you.
Oh.
So it's Savannah Brown with the Youth Action Board. Sorry, Lucy, I got off topic.
No, you're fine.
Good morning, everyone. So today for the Youth Action Board, we have one update. We have just done our on-sites with our new TA. So we are working on bettering the YAB, coming together and creating a new structure. So we'll be working on that for the next at least month that I know of. And that's going to be our update for a while. So hopefully next time we have updates, we'll have some good things coming. So thank you.
Savannah, did you also want to share about how many members, I see Fabian's on as well, participated in the last town hall meeting?
Yes, we had, well, it was 2 of us on the panel at the town hall meeting. And then it was, I believe, 4 other YAB members attended the town hall meeting as just regular attendees, I guess.
Okay, thank you, Savannah. Then we will jump now to Lucy. Sorry, Lucy, I just missed one line on there.
No problem. So I'll be doing the tape-based data on the community queue for the month of June. So we had about 40 on the queue of that were youth, 5 of which were connected to outcomes. On the queue, there's 19 that are rapid rehousing scoring and 38 that are PSH scoring. So of those that we connected to housing opportunities in the month of June, there was about 3 that were sent to rapid rehousing opportunities and 2 that were sent to permanent housing. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And then the next on the agenda is the member spotlight, which is silence allowed. Kanisha was also going to be providing a training. However, there was an emergency that came up, personal emergency, so she is not able to attend. We are going to try to have her come back next month and present. But we did want to put her as a member spotlight. Kanisha is very passionate with their Silence Allowed. They are running a drop-in center. They're going to be offering housing navigations. There's a recording studio there. Very passionate about assisting the youth in finding housing. So she does an amazing job, brings a lot of passion with where she is. Okay, and Greg.
Well, hello again. How y'all doing? Next up, we have our call for agenda items for our next meeting. And our next meeting is going to be a live meeting hosted by Nikki out on Olive Crest in the desert. So we need to know if there's anybody out there that is looking to have something added to our agenda. We want to welcome you to share that with us now, either in the chat or go ahead and speak up.
So this is Elizabeth from RCOE. I know at one point when I was talking with members of your board, youth action, your youth for the YHDP grant, we were talking about educating your youth on their rights related to foster and homeless, and teaching them how to advocate for themselves related to their rights for school enrollment, reduced credit diplomas, and such, partial credits, graduation and all of that. So since it's the start of the school year, maybe that's a good time to do it. I don't know how others feel. And what a homeless or foster liaison, what they are supposed to be doing for them in the school setting, or what they can do for them in a school setting.
Yeah,
I will
because
be
I don't
honest.
know if, I was going to say,
Yeah.
because I don't know if many are aware. We have representatives in our local school districts here in Riverside County. They have all the McKinney-Vento case management workers, counselors, whatever they would like to be addressed as on there. But there's more available that's out there as well. But as Elizabeth has noted, it's good for our youth to know their rights, especially when it comes to their school and even employment. So I would definitely welcome.
As well as our agencies, so that when they're working with kids, they know who to send them to. And then if our youth members can know, then they can tell their friends who to go talk to. So my team and I are happy to put a presentation together if you'd like. So we're offering our services.
I think
as
that
well
would
as a
be great
contact
training.
list. So I'm just throwing that out there. As the beginning of the year is a good time, but whenever, we're available whenever.
Definitely. I'll be reaching out to you, Elizabeth, after the meeting today. You know, that way we can get started on coordinating that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Something very valuable, that's for sure. Any others for agenda items? And then again, if you don't want to get on here, you can always type it into the chat. We will definitely take it into consideration for the next agenda. All right. Again, thank you, Elizabeth. With that, next item on there is, anybody have any announcements that they'd like to share? Something that has either happened or attended or something that's coming up in the future, feel free to share it with us. Again, you can do this live, or if you choose to put it into the chat.
Yeah, I just wanted to announce that the Office of Homeless Services will be having their multidisciplinary approaches to ending homelessness webinar series coming up next Wednesday on the 6th, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So you should start seeing the invitations go out, the calendar invites go out shortly. So just wanted to announce that. Back to you, Greg.
Thank you, Gershom. Any others?
Yes, Denise was starting over. Starting over will be having their annual backpack giveaway this Saturday at Castle Park at 7 a.m. To 9:30 a.m. And then we also will be having our August barbecue at the Starting Over office located in Riverside from 1 to 4 p.m. this Saturday.
Back to school barbecue. I'm always up for barbecue. Unfortunately, I'll be at the beach, but I will definitely be thinking about you. Thank you for that. I know here at California Family Life Center, we've helped support our local school districts with their backpack haircut. And we even held a shot clinic with RUHS last week for a lot of families that are out here in the community. Again, making sure that the kiddos' records are up to date and everybody is well vaccinated for this new school year. We just completed our own backpack drive, and we distributed about 240 backpacks to children with our families, with our kin care families, and our safe care families, and our strengthening families department. So it was a good year, that's for sure. I was stuffing backpacks for a couple of hours the other day, and they're all gone. So that was a good thing.
So
Anybody else?
Yeah, so our COE, we partnered with Alvord Unified School District, and we served 917 foster and homeless youth with backpacks, school supplies, shoes, socks, fed them lunch, We had haircuts, dental exams, and we're partnering with Lake Elsinore Unified on August 5th, this Wednesday, to repeat the same thing. We already have 1,400 registered, and we accept walk-ins. So we bring community partners together for things like rental assistance. So we, one of the COC members was there. I know for sure the drop-in center was there on Saturday. And so we bring in community partners to talk about tutoring, transportation, removing those things that can remove the barriers presented by homelessness and foster care. So tutoring, all of that. So we're repeating the effort at Lake Elsinore. And then we'll be doing a pop-up backpack event in the desert, 3 locations to be determined, but on the 15th, we'll be out in the desert.
Boy, we got a lot of announcements to add in here. Thank you for that, Elizabeth.
Greg, if I may chime in. Sorry.
I saw Tyson had a question, but not an announcement, but we can definitely address that. I'm sorry, Gershom, did you say something?
No, I was just gonna ask both Denise and Elizabeth if you guys can send me the like if you guys have any flyers, you know, we can share those with our COC partners. So I've actually dropped my email in the chat. Feel free to send it over to me, and you know, I'll be more than happy to blast those out.
Thank you.
Any other announcements? I know Ty's question.
Sorry, I
Go ahead.
forgot to mention during my presentation, we are going to be having a lunch and learn for our hire program on August 21st. I believe I shared that flyer as well. I think that will be shared with all the attendees. It'll be here in our Hoopa Valley Resource Center. And then you'll be able to register on Eventbrite. So that's on August 21st.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stella. And Ty, we'll definitely be getting with you about your question. Very, very important, especially if we're out doing job search activities, things like that, that we have proper attire, a good haircut, you know, even the assistance with our housing. That's what it's all about here. So anybody else? All right, with that, I can move on to the next one, which would be adjournment of this meeting. We are at 11:03, a little more than an hour today. I'm going to give you back a bunch of minutes for this next hour. I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you guys live out at Olive Crest in the desert next month. So, and that meeting is on the my mind just went blank. I'm sorry, the 28th of August, same time, same channel, just a live location. We will be hybrid, so it'll be both live and in person or and online. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.